What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along with us for quite some time now, you probably realize just how much we absolutely love learning about the differences in food and groceries and all that sort of thing between our countries.
Yeah, specifically US versus UK.
And I think Lindsay may even love this subject a little more than I do.
Which makes sense because I'm the one who mostly cooks and does the grocery shopping, So
today, we're going to be learning about something that I've looked into before, but Lindsay knows nothing about.
Something about eggs.
And that is why US-produced eggs are banned across Europe and vice versa.
Wait, so European eggs are also banned here?
I don't know.
It sounds like vice versa.
Like, I didn't even remember learning that, but I probably did. It's been a very long time since I've looked into this topic. But I absolutely knew at this point that our eggs were banned in Europe.
Which, I mean, most of our food is.
Yeah.
So that's not that shocking, that part. But
do you have any idea, before we get started, why you would think that our eggs specifically would be banned in Europe?
The only thing I can think of would be something to do with, like, our processing process. Because I remember, I don't know if it's the same way in Europe, but I remember when we went to Southeast Asia, we saw for the first time eggs just out on a grocery store shelf. Yeah. And they were just room temperature. And that kind of freaked us out then. Because we were like, what the heck? Yeah. Why aren't these in the refrigerator section?
Yep.
So maybe that has something to do with it. But I don't know if European eggs are refrigerated or not. So
you don't know that either.
No.
Okay, so you know absolutely nothing about the eggs.
No, but I'm not an egg fanatic, so I don't know everything about it.
We eat eggs, or at least I do. I eat eggs most days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had totally forgot about how surprising that was because it's been a long time at this point. But it's true. Like, up until we had traveled over to Asia, we had never seen eggs be stored out. Now, granted, I grew up and I had chickens from time to time in my family, and
that's true. I didn't even think about that fact.
Yeah.
Like when you, yeah,
but you know, it wasn't putting two together about like the grocery store type eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like why the difference?
Like, I think for me, I guess I would have probably thought like because we weren't keeping them out for a really long time, we would eat them, right?
The longevity.
Yeah. So it wasn't a big deal, but it turns out that eggs obviously last a long time just on the shelf. But anyways, guys, enough rambling. Let's go and dive in here and check out why U.S.-produced eggs are banned across Europe.
In the United States Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, lays out regulations for how food products should be produced and processed to ensure
Which is a joke,
safety.
by the way.
The United States Food
Yes, it is a joke.
Yeah.
Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, on the other hand, determines the best food consumption practices to minimize health problems. Ironically, they also determine how much rat hair should be allowed in peanut butter, rat feces in your spices, and cigarette butts in your sandwich.
Case in point.
Unless you find more than 30 insect fragments or 1 rodent hair per 100 grams of peanut butter, 9 milligrams of rodent poop per 1 kilogram of wheat,
that is disgusting.
75 mites per 100 grams of dried mushrooms, 1 maggot per 100 grams of tomato juice, and 13 insect heads every 100 grams of fig paste, the FDA expects you to compromise with the situation because, well, no food practice is perfect. Humans...
Who came up with those numbers? Like, who determined what amount of insect heads were tolerable?
Charlie, 2 maggots are not good enough.
Many.
I mean, 2 maggots is too many. Yeah. One maggot per bunch is just right.
I think this makes me just want to go off the grid and like make all our own food from scratch.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Gross.
That would be nice.
Make mistakes. Restricting food laws will increase food prices, and bugs aren't that gross. Some of them are quite healthy. At the same time, the USDA has laid out guidelines for how commercial eggs should be produced.
By the way, what do you think about that?
What?
Bugs aren't that gross. They're healthy.
I mean, in a lot of parts of the world, people eat them. And
in Asia specifically.
I think, especially if you grow up eating it, it's not weird. There's plenty of foods like that.
Yeah.
It's a cultural and regional thing, but it's just hard to, get over the...
I'll just stick with my beef and my eggs. Well... Not some of the eggs.
If you think about eggs, those are gross too.
I mean, I don't know.
It's like a chicken's menstrual cycle.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I mean, some people call it that, but it's technically not that. It's not the exact same thing.
I can't think about it too much, or then I like gag while eating them. Because
I love eggs. I eat them every day.
I like them if I don't think about them.
I love eggs if I haven't eaten too many, like, for too often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Processed and stored to make sure eggs remain safe for public consumption. The UK has their own regulations, but their regulations are quite opposite to those in the US, making it illegal for eggs produced in the UK to be sold in the US and those produced in the US to be sold in the UK. But if guidelines in both the cases are made for food safety and are in the public interest, why are they so contrasting to one another? Which of them is the right practice, or are both of them equally good? In the case of American eggs, the USDA requires its egg farms to properly wash and sanitize their eggs before they reach consumers in order to remove any dirt and feces on the exterior of the eggs.
Okay, I get that part. The dirt and poop is gross. But isn't there like a membrane on the outside of an egg?
You know about that.
I think I do.
Like the powdery
I've heard of it.
membrane.
Oh, I didn't know it was powdery.
Well, I just think it just seems powdery to me.
And so, like, when you wash it, it's removing that. So then you're increasing problems.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming in the UK you guys don't do that then.
Well, we'll find out.
These contaminants are bacterial in nature and may pose a food safety threat when they enter a kitchen environment. For instance, one may crack open an egg and then proceed to prepare a sandwich with those bacteria-ridden hands. Also, eggshells are porous, so there's a possibility of microbes leaking inside the egg. As per the regulation, eggs are washed with warm water, at least 20 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than the internal temperature of the eggs, and at a minimum of 90 degrees Fahrenheit. A detergent that won't impart any foreign odours to the eggs is also used. After washing, the eggs are rinsed with a warm water spray containing a chemical sanitizer to remove any remaining bacteria, and then are dried to remove excess moisture. Every step of this whole process is scientifically designed and must be executed with extreme care. Otherwise, this procedure can lead to more damage than good.
Okay, for literally ever, up until modern times, every household basically had chickens, and they were fine.
I think it's because of the commercial.
It is.
Like how far they have to go and how long they sit on the shelves and all that here. So
yeah, I think that's the same idea around how we went from, like, you know, at least in America, like, so many people, you go back 100 plus years ago, had their own cows, and they all drank. Or
you were at least eating local.
They all drink raw milk every day, and it was no big deal. But it was when the dairy got kind of commercialized, and they were large scale farms, and there was a lot of, like,
big production.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of more bacteria and whatnot, and that's where raw milk got its bad reputation, and they ended up doing pasteurization, which unfortunately killed so much of the good bacteria that was within the milk. And now we're back to a place that, you know, if you buy from the right source, you can start getting good quality raw milk again, because they take extra precaution to make sure they're. But I think it's the same thing with eggs, though. It's like, why in the world are we so concerned? Other than the fact is this mass commercialization of the egg process. When we just have a few chickens out back, we're not going to be worried about it. You know what I mean?
For example, the drying of eggs is crucial because a dry eggshell acts as a barrier to bacterial intrusion, while the presence of moisture makes the shell more permeable, exposing it to a pathogen attack. Furthermore, moisture itself may act as a medium for bacterial growth, and water provides an excellent vehicle for pathogens such as salmonella. The right temperature of warm washing water is important because water colder than the egg could cause the contents of the egg to contract, sucking polluted water in through the shell. Results may get worse if the facility is not careful enough to regularly change the washing water and eggs are left to sit in the dirty bath. With such high risk of bacteria, if cleaned improperly, the UK and almost all of the world except the US believe that eggs should not be washed or cleaned before they're sold to consumers. As far as dirty eggs are concerned, the EU's egg marketing law encourages good husbandry on farms. Because eggs can't be cleaned or washed, it's in the farmer's best interest to produce the cleanest eggs possible, as no one is going to buy their eggs if they're dirty.
That's
this
genius.
May not sound too convincing to you, but there's more to it. An egg carries a thin layer of coating on its outer surface called cuticle. This layer naturally protects eggs from almost all contamination and also keeps the eggs fresh for longer periods. Washing eggs damage most of this protective layer and makes them vulnerable to contamination from pathogens and other microorganisms. In absence of washing, an egg is capable of protecting itself naturally.
Look at that egg, that's nice.
And if care is taken while handling the eggs, the contamination of kitchen environments can also be eliminated. The UK, thus, believes that a little care is better than the huge risk and cost of washing eggs. Another thing that makes British eggs and American eggs different to one another is how they're stored. In the UK and almost everywhere in Europe, you can see eggs sitting in unrefrigerated shelves of supermarkets.
Okay,
the EU regulations stipulates that eggs should in general not be refrigerated before selling to the final consumer. Chilled eggs, when left outside at room temperature during transit between the supermarket and the customer's home, may sweat and form moisture on its surface, facilitating the growth of bacteria and probably their ingression into the egg.
Yes, that is one thing that I think would be...
That's concerning.
One of the larger concerns in American eggs, specifically because they have
the same transit.
They are chilled.
Yeah.
And then if they just so happen to get they get outside that chilled,
which, let's be real, that's very likely.
Yeah, during transit at some point. I mean, and then they start sweating, right?
Well, this just makes me want to buy local eggs more.
Yeah.
Like in the past, we had been pretty diligent about it, but we've gotten lax with it and just going to the store and getting them. But
we do get a good quality egg from the store.
But it's still processed in the same way, I'm sure.
They're very expensive compared. They're like double the price of like the more conventional eggs.
Which I don't like, but...
Yeah, but yeah.
The American system, on the other hand, instructs its seller to refrigerate eggs under 40 degrees Fahrenheit in order to decrease the risk of salmonella. Salmonella isn't a big problem in the UK because European farmers have been vaccinating their hens against salmonella since the 1990s and have received good results.
Hold on.
Never heard of a vaccine for salmonella.
European Union egg restrictions. Wow, okay.
Vaccination in the US is not a common practice. Because of all of these differences in how eggs are processed and stored in the two nations, British eggs are significantly richer in taste. But how would you know? British eggs can't be sold in the US, and the US ones in the UK.
Well, I would say that might be true as a whole, but just like everything, we can still get very good quality eggs, right? We can still get, the freshest, best eggs you can imagine. The difference is it's really hard to come by in all grocery stores.
In a convenient manner.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I think that in pretty much every country, an egg is an egg. If it's grown the same way, therefore, the question is how convenient it is and how much more expensive it'll be. And we've learned, you'll agree with me on this, that when we've looked at the price of food, especially high quality food, is definitely cheaper in the UK.
Yeah, for sure.
What'd you think?
I was shocked to find out that we couldn't import their eggs here.
I know, that's surprising to me too.
I had never known that.
I don't remember I don't remember if this was said. I guess it was, but I don't remember that.
And I am also a little surprised that the UK keeps their eggs on the store shelf. I don't know why. I assumed they were in the refrigerated section in the UK as well.
Well, I think I know the reason because like the only time we've ever personally seen that ourselves is when we went over to Asia.
But we've seen some grocery store videos.
That's true. Yeah, we have
from the UK, and maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought they were in the refrigerated section.
I can't remember, but
I can't either.
I know we have. We bound to see them.
Watch another grocery store video.
Yeah, we love those. There's a lot of grocery stores I want to check out.
That's actually one of the things I'm most looking forward to when we come to the UK is going into the grocery stores to see what the prices are like and what the variety is and just...
Going into Tesco.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Checking out Aldi. We checked that out here, but it's definitely different, at least from the Aldi we've experienced.
Yeah, you guys have so much more like random stuff in your Aldis. I feel like here, our Aldi, the middle aisle, as it's called, is very limited on like extra options for non-grocery stuff. But I feel like the ads we've seen from the UK Aldi are like...
They had like backpacks.
Almost like a Walmart.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It really was. It was pretty impressive because here, I went back after our initial Aldi video. Remember that? We went back the next time we were down there, and we went to like look, and because I wanted to check out that supposed aisle that somehow I missed, and I'm like, I really didn't miss anything. It just wasn't there. And so like it seems like, I don't know if that's all Aldis in the States, but at least the Aldi that we went to.
Yeah, I'm sure some are a little better.
But. Yeah, some might be a little better. Anyways, not an Aldi video, but Lindsay was very interested in learning about this, and I actually learned something new or relearned something that I didn't realize. I didn't realize that we couldn't get eggs from over there.
Yeah.
Until now.
And I'm also looking forward to comparing the taste of eggs.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. Let us know in the comments, guys, what you think about the egg subject. I'm sure you would prefer your eggs.
Yeah, I would prefer your eggs.
Yeah, me too. As a whole, the commercial eggs.
Yeah, the commercial eggs.
Yeah.
We can get farm eggs here, but...
Yeah, it's just a little bit more of a hassle, and they're usually a little more expensive, but they are there. Just like our beef. We actually get our beef from a local farm because it's really high quality. It's right down the road. Amazing. So much better than the quality in the grocery store. But for that beef, particularly, that grass-fed beef, is actually cheaper for us to do that than actually get it from the store.
Which I hope a lot of people don't find out about that, because then it's going to be harder to get. So.
But I think a lot of people prefer the taste of conventional beef because it's fattened with grain.
Yeah.
Versus the grass-fed, which is the natural way beef is grown.
We've eaten it for so long, I don't even really...
I love it. I know the fatty acid profile is so much better in it. It's just cleaner in general. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.
Bye.